a nation state or nation states will decide, they'll run the calculus and decide, hey, I can print this money at zero cost and acquire this money that costs something on the marketplace. It seems logical for me to do that. Even if it's just as a means of defending myself against the success of this network. And once one nation state does it, other nation states see it, they run the same calculus, and it's a feedback loop, right? Because now that nation state A bought it, nation state B is going to evaluate the chances of Bitcoin success a little bit higher, so their allocation will be a little bit higher, so on and so forth. Hyperbitcoinization. Once Russia's doing something technologically, we're trying to compete with them on that front. And, I don't know exactly what's going on right now. It seems like there's just a lot of chest beating between the US and Russia seems to have some alliance with China. And the general theme I'm detecting is that I just did a long form series with Balaji on this. 20 years ago, it was pretty certain that you could not defeat the US in a hot war. Today, it's less certain, right? So it's just, if you think about it like a hierarchy of chimps or something, right? The head chimp is looking a little bit weaker. And so the number 2 and number 3 chimps are thinking, well, hey, maybe I don't need to walk on eggshells quite as much. I can, beat my chest and push on the Ukrainian border and, do all these things that the head chimp might not like. That's what I'm detecting. But again, a good way to think about this is the more geopolitical upheaval there's more uncertainty in the world. There's more social entropy, if you want to call it that, or geopolitical entropy. And that creates more demand for something that's very certain and very safe and independent from all of that mess, which is Bitcoin, right? But it doesn't matter what law Russia passes or China passes or the US passes. None of this affects the Bitcoin network or the Bitcoin hard cap. So in a world with more uncertainty, I think you create more demand for the certainty, the pristine certainty, if you want to call it that, of Bitcoin, right? It's available 24/7, 21 million fixed. Nobody can stop it. Very simple. No matter what's going on in the world, actually, the more that's going on in the world, the more you want this thing that nobody can mess with.